SMT Nation, we are back. Nation, in today's video, we discuss Verizon and their ferocious fiber frenzy. The article is actually from Jeff Baumgartner. Really good, well written, very inclusive of all the things that are going on with Verizon. And I just want to discuss a couple of key points. Now, the first thing we have to remember is that what Verizon did when they acquired Frontier, and they got that agreement, that deal, is, and we'll assume, and maybe this is wrong, but we'll assume it's going to be, approved, and regulators won't try to block it or anything. But they're basically going into a race for the first place in terms of owning and operating fiber, right? I mean, Frontier is a regional provider, but Verizon operates in a very large, well-populated region in the Northeast with Verizon Fios. All those Frontier areas are going to become Verizon Fios areas. And some of those areas obviously don't have fiber, and they'll be upgraded. Verizon will probably do the work to do that. And they're going to get into all these new addresses passed. The reason why they're doing this is because it's a profitable way to get customers instantaneously. You're going to have access to a bunch of new customers who are your customers. And if they don't have your wireless service, you'll then have it, right? Because it'll make sense, right? They'll give you some kind of like a discount to have multiple services with them, otherwise known as convergence. You know, customers like to do business with the same company, same billing. They prefer it if and when they save money with it, right? So that's the most important part. Now, AT&T is kind of doing some stuff too, right? They're building fiber. They have a joint venture with Gigapower, with BlackRock. T-Mobile's doing some joint ventures too, and they're purchasing US Cellular. There's all these mergers and acquisitions. So when I look at this article and I look at all the things that's going on in the industry, Verizon is the debt leader in the industry. They have acquired a lot of debt over the years, buying spectrum, purchasing the other half of Vodafone's ownership of the company way back when, and all the spectrum auctions and all the network building and all those things. This article is positioning a possibility that Verizon could expand beyond just the Frontier deal, and then also building beyond just the Frontier footprint. I'm not so sure that that's going to happen, at least not in the short term or even in the medium term. I mean, this is probably a situation where whatever this ends up putting Verizon at, 44 million passings, whatever it is, it's probably going to be that for a while. If there's going to be any growth outside of that, it's going to be very gradual and very slow and organic, right? It's just not going to be, Verizon's going to wake up and just purchase a couple more companies. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think it's likely. Getting the Frontier deal is a big deal. That's an industry shifting, changing deal. Verizon is going to be in a lot of states that they previously were not when it comes to Verizon Fios and the fiber. And that's good for customers, right? In places where, say, for example, Frontier has not put in fiber and they're on old DSL or something. It's much more likely now that they're going to get a reinvestment and they're going to get an upgraded service through fiber. So that's likely. And then, of course, it's going to help the Verizon network on the wireless side because a lot of tower sites will get the Verizon fiber, 10 gig fiber circuits. So you're getting higher capacity to cell towers. And then those cell sites get upgraded and it's going to make for an improved experience. Everything is going to be a lot better. It's going to take some time, right? But the networks should be improving for customers in these areas. So it's exciting, right? Now, the one thing I will mention is there are going to be those benefits, but there's going to be growing pains in the process, right? And that stuff is to be expected. But to address the elephant in the room, which is how ferocious Verizon's fiber frenzy could get, I don't think it's going to go much beyond Frontier. That is a big-time purchase. That is big-time region reach. I don't think Verizon is going to do too much after this. I think they're going to be content with this deal. I think they're going to kind of just look at it from, maybe we need to just work on this, settle this in, integrate this thing. Going to be some upgrading and some investment into that side of the business. But I think the emphasis and the goals are going to be more centered around wireless, which is their core business. They can't lose, kind of the direction of their company. They're a very profitable company in wireless. This helps their wireless, and that's why they did it. This helps the wireline business in a lot of ways too. Like, it's all of those things. But for them to go on a frenzy, I don't know. I don't know if that's the case. And I mean, landing the Frontier deal, this puts them in the catbird seat to be the biggest fiber provider in the country, right? It's them and it's AT&T. Do I expect Verizon to do JVs in the future? I don't. I would be surprised if they did. I'm not saying it's impossible, but they've never done that before. So assuming that they're just going to do like AT&T has done with BlackRock and Gigapower, or what T-Mobile has done with like all their other JVs, I just don't expect them to, because they've always done their own fiber building, whether it's MCI Fiber or the One Fiber program. They do their own thing. There's no precedent of them going with joint ventures. So I would be surprised. I don't expect it to happen, but it's possible, and I just don't think it's likely. So I think this is basically it for Verizon. I don't think there's going to be too much beyond, Frontier, and regulators watch, right? Verizon's a big operator. I think Verizon's going to count their blessings and be happy about this acquisition and call it a day. What do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts and opinions on this, the story, my commentary, your take, your projections. What do you guys think is going to happen in the future? Drop me a line in the comment section below. Thank you for watching my videos. Subscribe if you're new here. Click the like button. Oh, and by the way, don't forget to hit notifications so you know whenever we do upload videos here on the channel. We'll see you guys on the next one.